So here we
Runic generator.
deck names there. Ilias, who gets to go first, is on Pearly
And
Sprite,
purely,
which I think
what
some
is this?
people
Please tell
might
me
be
the
familiar
X2.
with.
Okay,
I've seen people
the
playing it a little bit
X1
more
2. Okay, that makes more sense.
pure Pearly deck, the Pearly
God.
deck, I suppose. And Fira
Another
on
bubble
something
match.
completely crazy. Runic Generator. I hadn't seen most of these cards until we just started.
This is like the
them now.
bottom of the barrel.
So
Yeah,
what do you
literally
guys
table
think?
500.
I love the deck, and I mean I have heard about it before, and I was just saying.
Okay, Sleepy and Draw Phase, Discord
one
Happy,
card kind of
Summon
amazing,
Lily,
making the
add
connection between
My
the
Friend
two
or Field
engines,
Spell.
better and maybe even existent in the first place, because now that Sleipnir
Adding My
Runic
Friend.
Main was released recently as one of the new Runic monsters, you have a level 9 monster that you can summon out with your Runic spells, and that is really good because at the end of the
Whack
day,
ass deck
Generator
lists. I mean, this purely Sprite deck, like, that's at least a known thing. Runic Generator is just table 500.
The other end we have Elias with his Pearly deck, with his Sprite cards as well.
And one more card I want to highlight is the World Legacy Monstrosity.
He's doing better than I could have ever done. So.
Powerful card that is based around level 9 monsters, so this is of course also included 3
Generator and Runic on the same board, right? Yes, the same lore.
Level 9 monsters.
Yeah, indeed. Like any Runic.
Yeah.
Is a level 9 monster.
I think Ichigo actually has a lore. And that's just foolish. Everything else.
What is this
no
reveal? I've never seen this in my life. 3 different cards, purely field spell, and a delicious.
Maybe he's only playing one of each.
There's no shot.
This way, though, is your opponent really does not know what you got there, because it's one of
Purely's like standardized. You play 3 field spell, you play 3 for the blue card, and you max out all the spells and all the monsters. You play like 1 or 2 trap cards. It's so standardized.
And we are going to bring out the newest
Baby
addition
Noir.
to the Pearly extra deck, and that is going to be X-Pearly Noir.
My man is just yellowing the My Friend, yeah. Anyway, special jet effect.
We're now going to special summon that jet next to
We're
the
revealing it. Also, excuse me, it was E-Pearly Noir, of course. X-Pearly Noir.
Add starter summon blue.
Around for a while, but the small
Blue summon
Noir
red.
has been a recent addition.
And then you can make like a Gen Buster.
That you can activate.
How do you feel about this Pearly Sprite deck?
I do like it. I think it's pretty cool. And you were saying you've never casted it, but one name that instantly comes to my mind regarding this deck is going to be Sebastian Ma. And Sebastian Ma has been playing this deck non-stop.
Maybe he's taking another engine?
1.5 years. And if I'm not
I
mistaken,
mean, he's taking the Sprite engine.
Yeah. Or at least top 16, that's what I'm thinking. And so, in fact, Pearly Sprite was the more successful variant of the deck in Dortmund, because it was the version
Ooh,
that
Link
got
2.
the furthest. So
IP maybe?
Maybe that's just the way to go.
it really popped off right there, and we're going to see some great performances again.
Sprint, St. Angler, Summon 2.
Of course, you are playing the Nimble package, because if you have a Nimble Angler plus a Pearly card, that is some value right there.
Absolutely. Normally, you only play 1 or 2 Nimble Anglers because you don't really want to draw them. But here in this version of deck, you do want to draw it badly because it's a super good.
And then what,
discard of all
gigantic
the
summon
memories,
Carrot?
And then you can just summon out 2 beavers for free. But we can also, of course, get to that point by summoning Sprite Sprint right there.
And here you can make any of the Pearly monsters, but I don't see why you would, but maybe there is a reason.
I mean, Beauty is a decent one, but we could also just go into Gigantic Sprite, maybe summoning out...
Beauty is not bad, we can in-phase attach
So there are different ways to
purely
play the situation.
from
But
deck
look at this
right
list,
to the
plays
beauty,
up
and
to
it's a
Sprite
quick
Red.
effect.
So we're only playing Sprite Red, but
I have so many questions and concerns, me too.
Keep in mind that the Pearly
I've seen this deck at least
monsters
once or twice
all
though.
of the effects you know and love.
Oh,
Some of them
IP,
are
that makes
granted by
SV.
spells, and some of them get extra effects. So E-Pearly Beauty, for example.
Oh, do we not have
doesn't
another quick play for
its
Noir?
effect to negate an opponent's monster effect. It's only a quick effect.
So we're just gonna
I
draw
think so.
2.
Priority memory.
Yeah, we're just gonna draw 2 off of
That's
this
against
Noir
your
then.
opponent if you just make it with 2.
True, that
Which is
would
not
be just
the worst.
one rank 2 that doesn't really do a whole lot, you're right. But it's interesting to see he did not have another quick spell to actually get access to Pearl Leap.
Oh, we did,
but
what the
there
fuck? But it's just an
end
in
phase.
phase.
Okay, of course, that works just fine. Elias was playing around cards like Effect Veiler there.
Very good.
Very, very decently. And
Double.
we are going to set that Pearl Leap there to
I've only seen cooking of this, not it actually being played. Feels so fragile, Emma. It's less fragile than you think.
A 5 material X Pearly Noir, and in the meantime,
It
also
is very
a bunch of
explosive.
cards in the standby phase because we have double
Yeah.
Sleepy Memory attached to this.
That is 4 draws and a monster that is absolutely unbothered by
Your hand grip full of runic cards, by the way.
If we're going to do something about that earlier. Maybe in the draw phase, one of the runic spells could affect the Noir.
One question. did he set Pearly? Because I feel like that card was set before.
That is a good point.
Yeah, so that face down must be Pearly.
It must be, for real, yeah.
Alright, Fiat is still thinking about his draw phase. Maybe a Runic Destruction. Not a
Runic Tip.
Runic Tip.
It
Perfect.
Tip, add
He's
flashing.
going to search for Flashing Fire. I think. Yeah, now I got it.
I
Maybe.
think...
Oh,
we
Youth
just go for
target.
Pearly right away. Understandable.
That's interesting. It's kind of a bit of a mind game here. So it gets you to your X-Pearly Noir before your opponent can search any...
Doing tip and draw phase
Yeah, I
plays
really
around
like
the
the
draw
way he
2,
does
so
it
instead
here
of draw
because
4 it just becomes draw
might
2.
already have Runic Destruction or Runic Flashing
Which
Fire
is
in his
worth.
hand. But like with the resolution of... Oh look, he already has the Destruction. So with the resolution of Runic Tip, it would have been more likely that he has both pieces, the Destruction and the Flashing Fire, which would be an answer to this scenario right now. So I like that Elias just immediately responds with the Pearl Leap. Okay.
I don't know why he's destructioning the
Going
field
after
spell.
the
Like the Noir is still going to be unaffected.
right, that is interesting. Does not really care about the My Friend Pearly there. The question is, does Firat have cool interactions with generators?
Maybe he
for
wants
this
to get
turn
rid of it so
show us?
that when the Noir activates he can freezing curses it.
This is
and
Oh.
Forbidden dropped it to also come down
That's
here,
why.
making
IP in
perfect
red.
value out of the two runic cards, just sending them away and probably going to negate both the IP Masquerena and the Sprite Rat here.
There's also the sprint to keep in mind. There's going to be a lot of materials you have to detach.
But we are focusing on the most important ones, the Sprite Red and the IP Masquerena right here.
Would you say this is the most action we've ever seen in a single draw phase on a feature
Yes.
match?
Personally, I would agree.
This is a record, I think. Number of spells or cards activated in a draw phase.
And I think I like that we
Summon
didn't
Noir
negate
and you
Sprite
banish
Sprint,
one
because if you
for-
want to
for
use
tip.
Sprite Sprint, that would make your Noir
Yeah.
vulnerable again, because you would have to detach a material, and it would make it a 4-material Noir then. And therefore, I probably would agree of handling it this way around. And if he wants to use the Sprite Sprint, so be it. Then we can at least...
Troll in main, let's go.
If Ilias
It's in a lot of
decides
people's
to
main
do
decks right
something
now.
with the Noir effect to
It just kills all the
back into
non-best
deck of
decks.
Firat, then he can also use the sprint later on to return something to the hand. But that is for a problem for future Firat maybe.
Okay, Firat trying to figure this out. We are
I like
apparently just going
Tip,
to search
add
out
fountain,
Rune
banish
Fountain.
one.
Yep.
Flashing Fire is not going to do anything for you, so you can just
Oh,
go for the
shit.
fountain and maybe if you
Banishes
have,
2
Does
cats.
he have another runic spell though? I think there's 3 cards in his hand. I saw 2 monsters that might be generators.
I mean, that's surely you wouldn't add Fountain unless you had a...
That severely impacts his grind game and his ability to play through interruption if 2 of his cats are banished.
That's really good, because the grind game of the Pearly deck gets majorly distracted by that, and I think we just passed it over, right? Oh no, we're in the
No.
standby phase, and we finally moved over to the next phase of this turn, and that is going to be the standby phase where we are drawing 2 cards.
No Time Thief Morganite draw phase right here.
And what's next?
Okay, time to read cards, guys.
No more
That is
Lopter.
Lopter. We are summoning out Lopter, and of course Elias smiling, immediately grabbing the card he has to read. So we are going to give you guys the card to read as well. Lopter, Shadow of the Generator Bosses. We never really had a super successful generator strategy, but now, second to last round of the day in Swiss here, we have it still competing in this tournament.
I'd be so
Ready
mad.
to top
Around
it.
11 of my YCS round I have to play against a deck I've never played
It is
again
like the generic,
against.
monster
I'd be so
that
mad.
special summon out all
To read
the
cards on my bull
opponents.
match.
And keep in mind, the generator monsters are level 9, so they are likely to have high attack points, which can just attack over the ex-Pearly Noir, because there are no delicious memory on that Pearly.
That is a pretty good point, yeah. Okay, we are summoning out Model.
So
and
she will
before
search
even
any generator
selecting
monster
a
or
zone
any
for the
plant monster
Model,
on summon.
We are just going to give it over to our opponent so we can both read it together. And Model Generator Boss of
Yeah, it also be
Might
quite tilted,
is
imagine if we had
having
rotation.
2,400 attack points, which would not be enough to run over the ex-Pearly Noir, of course.
A real boss monster right here.
Yeah, indeed. Quite literally. And I think we do have more spell cards in our hands, so I think there might be more runic spells. But let's see.
Honestly, there's also no battle phase. I completely
True,
forgot that part.
yeah, you're
I
right.
don't understand how this deck is supposed to function, because Generator needs their field spell and Runic needs their field spell.
What? Oh, there we see the monstrosity you were talking about. And we are just going to grab by the looks of it, the new, not the new field spell, but the field spell, and it's going to be the, not just, yeah, Generator boss stage. But I mean, in general, we can already look at this card because it is the card that the whole theme is centered around. It's the best field spell, or like it's the field
That's
spell
how you
deck
tell when
around.
someone is bad, when they go to search a card and they don't know immediately what they're adding. And they have to evaluate their options while they're searching.
That you both want to use on your
Must rule
opponent's
6-4
turn.
field zones, imagine.
Makes your runic cards live in your hand to activate them from there. And Generator boss stage is giving you all those valuable effects as well on your opponent's turn. So I think you sometimes just have to evaluate on which one you want to keep.
I think she's the monster reborn, and then she can summon herself by discarding, and then she'll summon back from graveyard on
I
summon.
guess we can decide, we can see which one he prefers.
Yeah, fair enough. But this is Hela, Generator Boss of Doom, that he decided to add there. But it was quickly discarded right away for the effect of Fala.
Oh, he's showing his opponent's whole deck. I mean, I do that, but why is he? His opponent won't know what any of his cards do anyway.
So we have access to rank 9 monsters in our X deck as well.
How scared are you if you're Ilias? Do you know what level rank 9s are going to come down?
I mean, there's one more card left in
You
his
just,
hand. I feel like
you
shuffling
don't just
away
bing
one of
chill
those
on this
monsters,
Gnaw.
and then also having
There's like
something
no
like
shot that
Series
this random ass
Generator
deck that you don't
Fountain.
know is like outing your Gnaw, so just chill on it.
Oh, and he's immediately starting with a
And he just sprint detached from it, so now it's not unaffected anymore.
Yeah, and you can have a good read on Firat's last card being a runic spell of some sort.
Wild.
I think it is freezing
Yeah.
curses as well. And now, I mean,
And now I chains Gnaw,
oh, we are immediately
and then
Oh my
please don't chain it in the
really
same
is
chain.
freezing curses. That might turn out to be a really
Are we making Jormungandr or the other rank 9? The other rank 9,
He chains again.
because the other one is a board breaker. It attaches from the opponent's field
again to put the fountain back.
to summon
Imagine
Jormungandr.
he just chains the Noah one more time because he already chained it twice now, so maybe a third time is also coming.
I mean,
Please don't chain Noah.
yeah, let's think.
Is Elias going to chain Noah one more time here? That could be a crucial moment for the entire game, but no, it seems like we are.
Thank you, oh my word.
And we made sure that Lopter is going to go back into the deck, so let's double check. Does Lopter also have a quick effect in the graveyard somehow?
I did not expect this, so...
So the Cider has targets a generator and lets you special summon it from the graveyard, but I'm not sure why it wasn't. Does it target a monster in the graveyard, maybe?
Apparently not, because we still managed to summon out the Hela there.
And Hela is now sitting good there. We are still at... Oh, we are now activating the last Noah, and this is Freezing Curses, the last card in Firat's hand. The crowd is applauding already.
Just have
This
to
is
hope we
going
have
to negate
Ash
the Noah, and it is going
for
to
the
bring 3
fountain.
cards back to Firat's hand as well.
That is so brilliantly played by Firat, waiting with this Freezing Curses until the last moment where Noah could not respond anymore, and it is resolving.
That's a lot of purely
This
spells to be
fountain
banished, eh?
will be drawing him 3 extra cards if the effect is resolving. Does Elias have a response to that? No, he's nodding his head. So Firat really is going to draw 3 cards here. What a game already. We had a draw phase that was going on for ages, and now the main phase also is giving us quite some value here.
Yeah,
Firat has
it's just
obviously
game. He
put
makes
ultimate
the rank
games
9,
on the
attaches
I mean, they are still on the field,
everything.
They have no effects to use this turn, and he's just getting started. He still has 2 level 9 monsters and 4 cards in his hand.
Doesn't look like he drew any more runics off of the draw 3 though. Maybe Dispelling?
As well, and the other effects were used.
I was just going to mention, like, there's one potential downside of running droplets along with the runic cards, because negating your opponent's monsters is great, and then you can just attack them. But in this case, Firat can't just attack them. He's going to have to use effects to destroy those monsters.
There comes Levitain, Generator Boss of Shadows, which
that
was
card looks cool.
the most recent addition to the Generator part of the deck, because it was released in Photon Hypernova. And it's a pretty good card. When this card was announced, people were pretty excited about it, to be honest.
This card is so annoying to play against.
Tribute itself to special summon out a non-fairy generator card from the extra deck. No, yeah, non-fairy exceeds generator.
Indeed, and
that must
Getting
be
rid of our
Jormungandr,
fountain for boss
Generator,
stage.
Boss of Eternity. Question mark attack and defense monster.
And look at that, we drew into the boss stage there. We drew 3 cards, and one of them was the other field spell, the boss stage. That is so huge for Firat. I think another card he picked up is
Sit
equally massive. It's
one.
not going to help him that much.
And then we have the
but still,
model in
the
hand.
field spell pickup is huge.
Oh wow, and Jormungandr is actually going to make your opponent draw a card as well as you will But then you have the boss stage, and that is a combo because boss stage is going to fill your main monster zone up with tokens.
That is indeed the case.
Level 10 tribute yourself, summon your Maganda, then you get to attach.
Right in this. Okay, there comes Jormungandr, generate a boss of eternity. All those unknown cards, but here they are. Elias keeps on reading his opponent's cards, and Fira just confidently going through his moves, knowing that Generator Runic may be the most underdog deck to pick for this event, but still he's in this.
And Firat has just surprised so many people with Jormungandr this week.
Touching my friend.
Look at that. There is the surprise factor you were talking about. We did the Pearly thing, actually. This looks like
which
we
is
just
fine.
resolved Pearly
I would
pretty
personally
memory,
attach
but
the red
no.
instead.
We are just going to use Jormungandr and we just attach.
And then you can
defense
detach from
arena.
Jormungandr, both
And
players draw one, and then both players have to put their
underneath
card from their
what
hand
is going
underneath
on here? We are taking
Jormungandr,
apart the
which
field.
triggers boss stage to summon.
Yeah, I can't believe
the tokens.
when you said what deck
And then when the
it was
tokens are summoned, you get to summon a generator from deck.
Generator.
I mean, it was definitely... I didn't want to give it away just yet because I was looking forward to present it to you guys here on stream to see it here first. Oh, and we drew a Runic card there as well. I mean...
Touch evenly
okay,
match.
I think that was even the Flashing Fire.
It was the Flashing Fire, I think so too.
You can still use that one, right? That wasn't used this turn.
Yes.
Does Leviathan XYZ summon Jormungandr?
There's no
The special
restriction.
summon should be in
Anymore,
easy.
which is a little unfortunate.
It's special summons, but special summons for the extra you have this
More and
option
more
to summon it
materials are going
from
underneath.
the extra to the EMZ, which is the optimal thing because you want as many main monster zones as possible.
To the Jormungandr generator boss of eternity.
Okay.
So this is the negate and the banish.
Of course, his opponent drew a card. We get to summon out Har, generate a boss of storms, and that is a huge interruption now on top of everything. Firat, out of nowhere, building up this impressive field, even though Elias, before that, was building up such an impressive field.
Yeah, this all came from just resolving that fountain once.
I love it.
That last card in hand was not supposed to be freezing curses, Ilias thought.
Flashing fire, target the
Definitely
red.
was. Now the runic flashing fire is going
So
to
all three white
destroy
cats,
this.
2 white cats are banished, and the other white cat is
Yeah,
underneath the
but one is
Jormungandr.
identified
And
as
we banish
not
2
a
and we
threat
hit
anymore.
the
Remember,
last
the
pretty memory and a beaver.
Iceman is also not going
There's
to
no
be
more beavers in deck either.
Later on in this game, and Field is just sitting there really comfortably.
Indeed. And they're in the draw phase because Generator boss stage doesn't care how your opponent draws a card. It could just be by nature drawing it in the draw phase. You are going to summon out one more Generator monster from your deck. And you already have the Har, so you
This can summon
add on to
Lopter if
that.
he wants.
I think just Lopter, because Lopter could then
Yeah.
activate again. Yep,
And then
we
he gets
go.
to summon
Level
the
4
3
monster, Not as
tokens.
impressive as a level 9 monster, but that then afterwards is going to trigger the second effect of the boss stage, now providing you a bunch of tokens.
Do you think there's some like deck out combination because the generators like to make your opponent draw cards and then the runics?
That would be fun, bringing your opponent down to 0 cards and then make them draw an additional card, or like 1 card and then make them draw an additional card. That's nice. I like
That is something that Ed could ask in a potential interview.
Normal angler.
Okay, normal summon, nimble angler. You want to discard this card, not normal summon it.
Look at this field. This looks so much better for Firat right now, and Ilias probably just doesn't know what is happening to him. This is such peak play by Firat. The runics and the generator really go along together. Of course, it's a little bit unfortunate that you can't get the draw 3 on your opponent's turn with a runic fountain, but the boss stage is doing a good job. You have a negation with Har as well. It's looking fine for Firat.
Yeah, and I think it looks even better here on the featured match stage with the YCS tokens, doesn't it? Like those YCS tokens. there on the
Goddess
screen.
of the Jormungandr, which is the
Underworld
weakest
Goddess is the
link.
card Elias is running, and you are just going to link all the Jormungandr
And then
your
Goddess
own
effect,
monsters
which
for
will
the
negate the
Underworld
Har, and then the
Goddess.
Har cannot negate
There
Goddess
are
because it will be
generator cards on
unaffected.
the field, so I don't even know whether Firat is caring too much about this, to be honest.
It did just come out of nowhere. I do love the Underworld Goddess.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely is a great inclusion into the deck.
Ilias running that possibly for the Pearly Mirror match.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So, now we established the Underworld Goddess, but what's next? I think now, in the long run, it really might hurt Elias that...
So there's
we
Lopter
would not
tributing a
be able
token,
to
probably
have that
summoning
many
like
cards in his deck anymore, because we
the
banished those
common
runic spells,
level 9,
and therefore
getting a name.
it's going to be a hard time for him.
or no
All right, and
Udyr
now
or
we are
whatever
going
it's
to see
called.
another generator monster, which
So you
is
can tribute to
very
banish, but
good
will be
in
negated
I
by
think
the
even as
goddess. He's just a big
effect.
body right
This
now.
is
Just trying not to die.
A very cool castle generator boss of delusion. I always thought Basti was the boss of Delusion when he decided to play Plunder Runic, but that is a different story right there.
I will not respond to that.
Quick effect to contribute 2 generator monsters.
Delicious, probably protect the token.
On the field, banish it. That is pretty good.
And then chain Yeep, putting back the Noirs and the Lily.
Set card as well. 1 card in hand. Fira is just set up here.
Yeah, it sounds very expensive, tributing 2 monsters, but when you have a field spell that just...
Yeah.
So
gives you
White
4
Cat,
tokens
Lily,
to
and
take
like a
tribute,
baby
that
Noir, maybe.
doesn't sound so expensive at all anymore.
It feels free even, honestly. Okay, but now there comes the Delicious Memory. It is limited in the TCG, but still it found its way into the hand of Elias there. And we are going to chain to that with the Graveyard effect of Pearl Leap. So we at least have
this
some
can
more
summon
monsters in our hand
Lily,
that
which can
summon out.
add My Friend, and then there's a My Friend in there's a Happy Memory in Graveyard, which means we can make Happiness and we can attack the token for game.
Let's see, so Firat is checking the Graveyard, trying to confirm...
Because the token's on like 800 attack, and the
Basti is slowly losing his mind because we were
the
making puns.
Happiness can attack 4 times. And he'll keep getting buffed because he gets a Delicious Memory as well.
It's another one.
That's another one.
Absolutely.
So it attacks once, adds Delicious, equips Delicious, and then
Can, of
attacks 3
course,
more times.
Grab out the My Friend Pearly. It was last turn being taken care of with the John Magander, but now it is back. Ooh, okay, we want to bring out... Oh,
Ooh, but we're
my,
flashing
there's
fire the Lily.
another flashing fire.
Yeah, Flashing Fire is going to take care of that per Lily. This almost looked like a scoop right there. Ace is considering his options, looking at the extra deck, taking away the per Lily, is offering to cut. I think that he only has 1 card in hand, that is My Friend Pearly. We're banishing the top 2 cards. Nothing.
There's no 1 card that saves you here.
That could stop him from continuing.
It's
But
just
he
game.
puts the cards together. He scoops. Firat Karatas just broke the best field that the Sprite Pearly deck can make.
If it wasn't Flashing Fire, it was game, but unfortunately it was. That's a little
Absolutely
sad.
incredible to watch. I hope you guys at home understand now why I was so hyped for this deck, because it's crazy, isn't it? Rank 9 summoning. When have we seen that for the last time? And we have only seen 2 of the Exceed monsters. And let me tell you, there's plenty more to discover in his extra deck. It's crazy of a deck.
You know what card we didn't even see? The
Go
World
ahead.
Legacy.
Wouldn't freezing
Monstrosity.
also work?
Summon 2
Yes, but it'd be...
lines from your deck.
For free.
For free. What an amazing card.
Yeah, and it turns out that
Freezing would work, but then you have a 1/3 chance of winning because you can normal White Cat and then try again. If you don't find anything, you can go Zeus line.
to put it as, in your deck as an engine.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
good.
it being specifically Flashing Fire is way worse than it being like
Always looked at
Imperm or
Runic
Freezing
decks the
Curses.
wrong way, because Sleipnir is the one he's playing the most.
Because you'd go
common, so
Delicious,
it's like
reveal 3,
Sleipnir,
reveal 1
only
White Cat.
Mugen, 1 Gary, funnily enough. I always
Would all
thought
3 White
Mugen
Cat
is the
and
good
Banish in
one.
Graveyard. So the
Maybe
last
we're
White
wrong
Cat
all
went to
the way
Graveyard
around.
because it was underneath the
They're just
Jormungandr.
fantastic cards
And
to
then
run.
we went
So
Eep, shuffle back the White
You have
Cat.
12 cards, all of which give you access to that first level 9 if you want to activate World Legacy Monstrosity. Or
Yeah,
any
Flashing Fire is
special
definitely the
field
best
spell.
situation, yeah.
It's a fantastic engine.
For sure, for sure. There's one, I almost want to say gimmicky card in his main deck that I have never
You
really
missed the
seen
Yeep,
in
yeah.
competitive
So we
Yu-Gi-Oh!
went chaining
Honest.
1 Delicious and then chaining 2
Condemned
Yeep, shuffle
Witch.
back White Cat,
Condemned
Lily, and
Witch
Noir.
basically says on the summon of Condemned Witch, you can search out 1 Forbidden. It has to have the word Forbidden in its name. Quick play spell card from your deck. And we just saw him using a pretty good one there in the first game.
I was gonna ask, can you search Exodia pieces, but it has to be a quick play spell.
It has to be a quick play
and
spell.
This card it's very good in the format right now.
Forbidden
And
Droplet. Let's mention the card we were talking
not
about.
Exodia.
Yeah.
Exodia also, we have just seen this recently, has a spot, apparently. But searching out Droplet is really, really strong. And especially with the Runic card, it pairs up so well because you have so many quick effects that you can chain to each other so that you can basically...
It's a little bit of a hard matchup for the PD player because the Runic spells are really good against Noir.
To throw a
Like,
monster in there as well.
depending on what you draw, obviously. If you draw the good Runic spells, then it's really good. And then also Droplet hard solves the matchup. And also, he doesn't know what to Noir and what not to Noir and what not to interrupt because he has never played against Generator before.
Condemned Witch against you.
So the Pili players kind of have like a giga disadvantage at the moment.
You have to, right?
I was thinking if you could search pot of
Especially
food,
game
that's
2
a
when
forbidden spell as
the
well.
Generator player gets the
It's
side.
not a quick,
Specifically
what's
for
that?
Pili,
I
like
don't
we,
know any of
the
that. You've caught me.
That's
the thrusts come out, the Herald of the Abyss comes out,
Very,
etc.
very interesting all around.
We'll tell El to write that down.
Yeah, and now we of course will have the situation occurring where the side decks are being used where players can prepare the deck a little bit more, and I gotta say, there's plenty of options that Elias can now add to his deck, which are really good versus runic strategies in general, because your favorite card, Cosmic Cyclone, might be coming in. Who knows? Might be the case. And also Dimension Shifter.
Deciding Cosmic in this format is criminal. Change my mind.
Those kind of decks. And we see the players are ready, as we are. I hope you guys at home are as well. Game number 2 starting now.
Also guys, if you're enjoying the content and would like to see more, consider giving me a little follow. It helps a lot.
That was such an intense game number 1. I was almost going to announce game number 3 starting now, but we have only seen one. Firat is leading 1-0 with his runic generator strategy, seeming unstoppable. I wonder what would have happened if Elias played this out differently.
Ooh.
We're starting immediately with the generator cards.
Yeah,
Summons Mordal gets at either boss stage or Lopter.
That must mean Elias has made the decision to send Firat first. And honestly, I kind of like the approach.
Already has boss stage in hand, so he's just gonna add Lopter.
And when now Firat has sided in all the forbidden droplets or capped in all
And then
the
draw
droplets,
Resolution,
and really
which is
manages
very,
that,
very
a
good
really
against
good move
Generator.
to make. But there's also the Droll and Lockbird now.
Droll and Lockbird is pretty strong, especially against Generator, because now...
Oh, but is it really? Because I have something in my mind that I see Firat doing just there. We are just going for the first rank 9. Haven't seen this yet. I have seen him summoning this card a lot at the top tables. Well, this is Phantom Fortress Enter Bloodnear, and we are just going to take one card out of the hand. That is a driver there. That's not
That is simultaneously the best and worst card to hit.
The crowd loves. And when we get another Enter Bloodnear out, that might mean that we bring Elias down to 2 cards here.
Boss stage.
Boss stage as well. That's huge.
Normal
That is
Lopter.
so good. Normal summon Lopter.
Lopter tribute himself.
This is honestly not looking too bad for.
Summon the zombie.
This is looking great
Yeah, he hand looped for 2 already.
so far. But will there be another?
There might be. So Hela coming to the field.
And Hela gets reborn the other 9.
This deck really has plenty of boss
Ooh.
monsters. They're all bosses, which is so nice. And there's boss
We're not
stage
doing
too,
that.
but now,
Okay.
with 2
Boss
more
stage
set
triggers.
cards, his turn is over, and Elias can present the options that he has brought into his main deck here to make him be the winner in this game number 2.
Summons a Har, and then he gets the 3 tokens.
Okay. But there, in the draw phase, after Elias drew for turn, we are going to, of course, use the effect of boss stage again, and there is going to be Har once again.
Har. That's what Firat is thinking.
By the way guys, I'm not like pre-watching this, I'm watching this at the same time as you guys, okay?
No.
Run the clinic.
Plunder runic.
Indeed.
Har.
Okay, so we are double reading on the Har once again. And I would also be reading those cards non-stop. I kind of know what they're doing, but still, if you play against it in one of the most important tournament rounds of your life, because you're about to top YC's Bologna at 2,500 player YCS. You really want to get into that top card, and then you play versus this deck here. It will be throwing me off like crazy, honestly. And there we go again. Just summon out 3 tokens for free, and you might be thinking, yeah, those tokens can't be big, right? They must be like 0, 0 or something. But no, Generator boss stage actually summons out tokens with 1,500 attack points, which is not too bad, right? Because this alone would be 4,500 points of damage next turn.
I mean, they are getting destroyed in the end phase,
Fair,
so
you're right.
you won't really have anything off of that, but you can use them in your turn if you give your opponent a draw, and then you get multiple tokens. But I just want to say this is truly a boss performance on stage by Firat so far.
Yes, I agree. He is the master of the bosses.
Master of Disaster, or was that Hela?
I think it might have been Hela.
There was no disaster.
My
My
friend.
friend Pearly is the first card that Elias wants to
Probably
use
turboing
to
out
try
Happy
playing
Memory.
into this field.
And then you also need to
Also
find
going use
Delicious
the
R.
effect, bringing Firat ahead in life points here. Because of course that
Meets
is
a
costing him
destruction.
500 life points, and the immediate response by Firat, Runic Destruction. But there
Chain's
is the
happy to protect,
memory
Chain
for
Heart to
Elias, and
negate.
That's so huge because this can protect the My Friend Pearly, but immediately being met by the effect activation.
Ooh, banishes the
of
Fool.
Generator of Boss of Storms, negating this.
So you no longer have playsets with each, so your follow of My Friends are dead. And also it's harder to find purely spells with White Cat now because 4 of them have been banished.
Must be 2 cards.
Or 3 of them, sorry.
He was really lucky that the Cyframe driver was hit by the Enter Bloodnear.
Normal Lily,
That's a good
fetch
normal
field
summon
spell.
right there.
But we have
Pearly.
used My Friend Pearly already.
Yeah, true. It's not a way into another quick spell. You're right. It's not even that great.
It is a way into Zeus.
True, it is a way into Zeus. That's right.
You're gonna heal a target the level 9 effect, reborn
Vala is a
Nocta,
quick effect because we just used it on our opponent's
and then
turn.
Nocta tribute,
So Vala is being used
summon
in graveyard,
the
and now Lopter is also coming back to the field. Lopter
the
using it
ship
for
thing,
fact, and we are going to summon
and that
out
contribute
the
the
other generator monster
Harl
that Leo
or
is
the
found. I
Hele
think you're
to
involved
banish
in
the
one, right?
Lily.
Gada, of course, and it's such a cool card, boss of a delusion, which is just it reminds me of the Castle of Stromberg, but it looks like it's
Yeah.
moving.
And that's the end show! 2-0 by Firat Kaladas with Runic Generator. What a show he's putting up here, unfazed by the
I mean, the Runic Generator player cooked, to be honest. The Peely player can't play through that much interruption going
By
second.
the surprise of going first, I think he was very happy about that situation. He was like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to call him a hero for turning up with this deck, but we should call him a boss
He's
instead.
an absolute boss. And honestly, I don't want to be biased, but I want him to win the last round to make it into top cut because I want this deck in top cut. I want to
Big
play
balls,
it
big
myself
balls.
even. I honestly
Is this the next thing?
This is
Hopefully the the generator play tops will be very indicative of our current format. I know a lot of people are like very hyper focused on the people who play generator, been playing generator for a long time, so they're very comfortable with the deck. And the deck